Many recognize the term period poverty, but few know the meaning behind it and the effect that it has on women around the world. Period poverty is described as the inability to afford or access period supplies, according to a gender policy report done by the University of Minnesota. The average woman will end up spending over $18,000 on her period. Think about all the things that you could buy with $18,000. You could buy a 2013 Honda Civic. That's a year of college tuition. Women have always been told to hide and keep secrets when it comes to periods. The University of Minnesota reported that 62% of people feel uncomfortable saying the word period. A study done by the University of Minnesota found that 46% of women who lived below the poverty line had to choose between buying food or menstrual products. As a woman, I have experienced the firsthand effects of stigmas surrounding menstruation, and I have done research over the course of my high school career about this topic. This is a relevant topic because while half of our population experiences menstruation, it is a topic that's been heavily tabooed for centuries. This is caused by generations of stigma associated with menstruation. Many factors, including taxes on menstruation products and the recent pandemic, have played a role in the lack of access to menstrual products. These heavily affected the quality of life for women around the world. COVID-19 has also affected the ability for many women to purchase menstrual items. Due to the pandemic, our economy hit a low that hasn't been seen in decades. Because of this economic slump, inflation skyrocketed. It was impossible to find basic necessities like food, toilet paper, and cleaning supplies. Menstrual products were also more expensive, causing period poverty to rise across the country. Women were more likely to become unemployed than their male counterparts, according to menstruation product insecurity resulting from COVID-19 related income loss. The COVID-19 pandemic had a significant impact on access to menstrual products, particularly for the vulnerable populations. Supply chain disruptions, store closures, and financial strains during lockdowns made it more difficult for people to obtain essential menstrual products. For individuals facing economic hardship, the increased cost of goods during the pandemic, coupled with job losses or reduced incomes, exacerbated challenges in affording period supplies. Additionally, schools, community centers, and shelters, key distribution points for our free, subsidized menstrual products, were often closed or operating at reduced capacity, leaving many without access to these necessary resources. The pandemic highlighted and deepened existing inequalities with marginalized communities, including low-income individuals and people of color, facing even greater barriers to menstrual health and hygiene. This situation underscored the urgent need for broader efforts to ensure equitable access to menstrual products as a basic aspect of public health and dignity. It can be more expensive to be a woman due to taxes on period products. While the pandemic has made it difficult for many women to find necessary period products, women have struggled for years to afford sanitary products due to the pink tax. According to the University of Minnesota, the pink tax refers to products and services targeted towards women being more expensive than the same products for men. This is a sales tactic that has been used by companies for decades. By taxing products that are essential to the health of women, they are able to profit off of disadvantaged women who need these products. Personal hygiene products can be up to 50% more expensive than the same ones made for men. Overall, the pink tax makes it difficult for women who are already struggling financially to afford these products. In order to help combat these barriers, a way to help would be for public schools to implement laws and policies requiring free access to menstrual products in public schools. Girls would miss less class time and would be more comfortable in their school environment if these products were more accessible. It would also be a step towards making these products free to the general public. Because these are basic healthcare necessities, it is my belief that we should work towards prioritizing making them free to all women. Making menstrual products free would have a profoundly positive impact on women, promoting health and equality. Access to essential hygiene products is a basic need, and eliminating the financial barrier would help ensure that all women, regardless of income, can manage their menstruation with dignity and without discomfort. Free access would reduce the risk of health complications caused by inadequate menstrual hygiene, such as infections, and promote better overall well-being. It would also help break down the stigma surrounding menstruation, fostering a more open and supportive societal attitude. By removing the financial burden, women would have more control over their health and their livelihoods, contributing to greater gender equity by ensuring that menstruation doesn't become an obstacle to education, employment, or social participation. Ultimately, providing free menstruation products is a step towards a more just and inclusive society. Overall, lack of access to menstrual products is common for women across the world. Due to barriers like the pink tax and the COVID-19 pandemic, these barriers continue to get worse. Making these products available and free would increase inclusivity among women and promote overall well-being among the female population.